Hey everybody, it's John Hale here, back again, and today I'm going to take a look at the Marvel Legends series Spider-Man Sandman Build-A-Figure Wave. This has been one that I've been wanting for a while since it got announced, and didn't know if we'd ever see it around where I live. And I happened to be running around checking out the stores. There's about 9 of them that I hit between Myers, Target, Walmart, and other places, and just so happens that one of the 3 Walmarts by me had received a one shipment of the Sandman Wave figures, and I was able to pick up the Green Goblin, the symbiote suit Spider-Man, and the UK Spider-Man. As you can see, they're in the same kind of packaging they're always in. Artwork on the Green Goblin on the side there. Comes with the Sandman heads. I wish he was a little bit more of the classic looking face on the Green Goblin, but he's kind of cool. He looks more like, I don't know, the Green Goblin from the cartoon series I have on right now. And there's a look at the back of the box. And it says, a crackling menace, excuse me, aided by advanced technology, Green Goblin seeks to destroy Spider-Man in this pursuit for ultimate power. It's one of the classic Spider-Man villains, so I'm glad to have him. I'm a big fan of the really early Spider-Man stuff, so of course Sandman, he debuted like in episode issue 4, so it's a long time coming. And Symbiote Spider-Man comes with some of his evolved hands or weapons. There's a look at him on the side. On the back it says stealthily suited in black, Spider-Man possesses incredible web-slinging, wall-crawling powers. One of the big first Marvel crossovers was the Secret Wars. That's kind of where he picked up this suit. That's a pretty good read, too. And then we got the UK Spider-Man over here that has the Sandman hand. And he shares his packaging with the Spider-Man 2099. And you can see them on the back here. And it says, across time and space, these web-slinging wall-crawlers take on the bad guys and fight for universal justice. Seen him, they had the big Spider-Man universe crossover comics, which were pretty good. They were a good read. And that was about a month ago I found these. And then a week and a half later, I ended up going to that same Walmart, and they had got a second shipment in. And I was able to get my hands on Jackal and Ms. Marvel. Jackal here has the leg, and he's a pretty cool looking character. He almost looks like a gremlin. He's got this weird, crazy, furry body look to him. Here's a little look at his package artwork. And there he is on the back. Sharp claws, pointed ears, and super speed turns Miles Warren into the super villain known as Jackal. I wasn't really thrilled when I first seen him, but now that I've had him in my hands, he's pretty cool, and I think will add great to the villains that we are so desperately needing at this point in time. And then here's his torso with Ms. Marvel. There's a little bit of her artwork there on the side. With sharp, shape-shifting powers and distinct inhuman abilities, Kamala Khan becomes Miss Marvel. And then, just yesterday, I went back to that same Walmart, and again, they had gotten another shipment. Why is that the one store is the only one that's getting any of these? And they ended up being able to get the Spider-Man 2099 and Shocker, which completes the Sandman. So, we've got the other leg and his other hand. Shocker. And of course, Spider-Man on the side there. Same as packaging, as I said. Shared with UK Spider-Man, and then there's the Shocker, again, one of my favorite classic Spider-Man villains. Herman Schultz suits up in battle armor that produces intense shockwaves, earning him the notorious name, the Shocker. And when we combine all them together, we will get Sandman. And like I said there, Sandman first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 4. We did just get, there is a 2-pack out now with Vulture, which I'm sad that it's not a classic Vulture, it's more of a modern one. I don't know, I have to see if I'll be picking it up or not. And we still need a newer Dr. Octopus. We got an Electro. There's rumors about possibly Lizard coming out pretty soon as maybe a build-a-figure to another Spider-Man Wave. But, you know, we almost have the first and original classic villain set all laid out here. And strangely enough, one of my favorites is, of course, Mysterio. And we might be getting him soon. There's that classic Green Goblin. We already had a Kraven, but we don't have like a classic Kraven. But we got a pretty good lineup from now for your Spidey heroes to face. So give me a second here, and I'm going to open all these up, and we'll take a closer look and put that Sandman together, which I'm excited for. He looks amazing, and I'm really glad they finally made him. So stick around. Alright, let's get this adventure on the road here. We'll start out with Ms. Marvel. Marvel Comics has always been kind of a proactive company in human rights. You know, they had Ms. Marvel's the first Pakistani American superhero. And, you know, they've always been a trendsetter for that. They jumped in on the gay and lesbian community with their superheroes. Introduced Black Panther way back in the day when there was still a lot of tension there. And they've always been pushing the boundaries. And it's always been kind of cool. And she's a very interesting figure. I like the design. I definitely like these little tassel-y cape-like pieces. They're kind of nice. Paint on her's pretty good. Got the lightning bolt on the front. A lot of detail on that bracelet piece on her arm. Very nice detail on her face. The little skirt piece. Nice detailing in the hair. So she's got a lot of sculpt work on her, and her paint apps are really good. We'll just she's on the, I think, the teen female body. It's got some side-to-side movement. It gets hindered a little bit by her hair. She does have a hinge on her neck, which is super tight, but she can look way down. She's got your standard ball-jointed shoulders. She's got single-jointed elbows, no bicep rotation. And it's got a little bit of wrist swivel and hinge there, which is nice. And she's got the diaphragm joint, which does have some forward and back movement and can go side to side. And then she's got the little T-molded jointed hips there. Got the upper bicep swivel, double jointed knees, which are always nice. Swivel at her boot, and she's got hinged and rocker ankles, so that's pretty well everything standard for that body set. Get her to stand back up here. And she does come with a couple of accessories. Some with these elongated hands, a large fist, and an open gripping hand. They're on these small little pegs, which are always fun. So let's see if we can easily pop her arm out. Not too bad. Coming out. Let's see if it goes in as easy. There, pretty good. I'm sure this is going to throw her weight distribution all over the place, but there we go. There's one, and let's swap out the other. Put the peg in. It'd be nice if there's a little bit more swivel there, so you don't get a different direction on them. Stand up. So they look pretty cool. I like them. They're nice. And then she comes with, we'll start, of course, with Sandman's torso, which is pretty much the Same one they used from Absorbing Man. The Sandman paint job on it, which looks really nice. Has the same belt. Let's move her back. And her arms out of the way. Let's put Sandman over here. And I guess we'll go next with the legs. So we go with Jackal. Wow, his feet are amazing. Yeah, I really like this guy. Just first glances at him, he's quite monstrous. And look at the face. Face is nice. Definitely got that kind of gremlin-y look to him. It's got all that fur sculpt on his body. This weird green color. It's got chunks of hair on his back. Very nicely done. Got these crazy clawed hands. He almost looks like the cross between the Wolfman and the creature from the Black Lagoon. He's got these great feet. Love the nails on his toes. He's just wearing a pair of shorts. It's a pretty simple character. Man, he's definitely nice though. And of course he's got the pretty much same articulation. Not going to do a whole lot on all of them at the same time. I like the little chunks out of his ears there. You know, ball joint hinge. Shoulders, same thing. He does have the bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. And his wrists have the swivel and the hinge. He's got the ab crunch, back and forward. Swivel at the waist. Same ball jointed hips. Thigh, double knees, hinge and rockers. His joints are not too tight, they're not too loose, but they seem to be just right to get him to pose around a lot. Wow, he's going to be fun to play with. You can see him getting into some cool poses. And his only accessory, Sandman's leg here, which would be his right. Just going to plug that into place. Or not. Why is it always the legs with these guys? Come on, get in there. I think we're in there all the way. Didn't make much of a noise, but definitely the ball joint on his hip area is a lot more noticeable on the Sandman than it is on the Absorbing Man, but man, he's already got quite the size on these guys. Anyway, move on to leg number 2. Brings us to the Shocker. I don't know why I was always a fan of Shockers. He's not like one of the more super powered or evil villains. He just had these very cool gauntlets on that gave, well, kind of vibration, energy. Pretty good paintwork on him all the way around. He always looked like he was wearing a odd little insulated suit. Got these little pieces on his knees, which don't hinder his articulation at all. His legs are a little bent up. It's kind of weird how it just stops right there at the boot and then there's nothing else. It would have been kind of cool if it went down a little bit more. But simple, brown and yellow. I think he's got Deadpool's head. All the same articulation again, double jointed elbows and knees. He's got a little paint chipping on his waistline here. See the yellow coming through. A little bit of silver on his eyes. He's got a peg hole for the stand. Not quite as scrawny as some of the other figures that I don't like the way they look, but overall the Shocker's pretty good. And he comes with these two effects, which you can put on his arms. Which they kind of have them almost touching to make it look like it's one effect, but they kind of want to roll around a whole lot, which is a bummer. Nice if they'd stay here. Gravity's not going to allow me to do it. Well, that's kind of close. But he might be fun to play around and pose. His foot is just not wanting to stay. Come on. Shocker here, stand up on your own. There you go. So far, my favorite is definitely Jackal Man. Jackal Man, wow. The Jackal. Just like how monstrous he is back there. And that'll bring out our other leg. The left leg with the small peg hole, which this is the one that's usually a problem. Uh-oh. Pretty easy. Now he's definitely standing a little funny. Let me put a little bit more pressure on the other. There. It's not too bad. He seems to have a little bit of a left-sided lean going on. His right leg's longer than his other leg. Just kind of weird. Wow, there's not more mass on this side than this side, but hey, we'll look at you later, Sandman. I gotta get you some arms next. Which means we're going to UK Spider-Man. Pretty cool. He looks a little bit like Captain Britain with a Spider-Man mask. All around same articulation. Nice paintwork on him. Good Spider-Man head. Nice Spider-Man logo on the back. Good webbing. Other than that, he's just solid blue with a little bit of red on his fingertips. Stand up by himself. Very nice. He'll blend in pretty good with the rest of the Spider-Man on the shelf. There's a lot of them now. And we'll move you back here. This is the stuff that amazed me with this figure, the Sandman. Look at all the detailing on there, the dirt and sand. His articulated, crazy hand he's got. A lot of work went into these. I like the transition from the green of his shirt coloring into the light brown of the sand, so he just should be able to plug this in. Now he's a little heavy. We got our one-handed Sandman slowly forming himself back together, which is kind of fun. And that takes us to Spider-Man 2099, which I really wish I had the original Spider-Man 2099. I still gotta get my hands on him. I do like the costume look though. The red and the white is very nice. I don't know if you can pick it up or not, but the way they sculpted the mask, looks like there's somebody underneath there, which is a really nice touch. Got these odd little hard pieces added on to his gauntlets. It almost looks more like a butterfly on his chest though to me than a spider. And got these nice little futuristic red, white, and little blue boots on. Nice line work under the arms there. It's kind of got a metallic red paint, which I like. Little blue hiding in here. Overall, he's a pretty cool figure. He He's a little bit shorter than the UK Spider-Man. And then he came with this crazy fist to add to the Sandman as well. Looks like it could do some damage. Great work on this. I've seen somebody customize a Sandman, giving him the same kind of effect on his legs, which if I can get another pair of legs I might have to try. Looked very neat. Man, look at this thing. The Sandman figure is awesome, even just without a head. Put him over there, which leaves us to the last two to look at real quick. Is of course his head, and that comes with our Green Goblin. Green Goblin's an awesome character in the Marvel Universe. Like I said, he's got that more modern goblin face there. Crazy eyes, long ears, got that green purple hood on, green kind of metal or scale armor he's wearing. See him got his little pumpkin bag, which is awesome. I love the work in the gauntlets, all the little sculpting details on the claws. His boots are really cool. Got them pointy-toed boots. His belt's going off on an angle with a little bit of gold on it. Nice teeth. They had a little paint around his eyes to give him a little bit darker look. He does come also with a loose pumpkin bomb with a happy little pumpkin face on there. I don't know if it's going to pick it up very clear, but it will fit into his hand. Not too tight though. Maybe something that you hope doesn't fall off somewhere. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Oh, Sandman's making a dive. Let's see, does his boots, curly boots, fit in here? He's got this little lump of plastic to represent his little flying sled. Oh, he fits on that pretty good. I thought it would be a little bit more difficult than that. Well, he's a pretty good Green Goblin. Wish I had the Toy Biz one. I'm gonna have to try to find that someday too, because that was a really crazy sculpted Green Goblin. And then we have two Sandman heads. You have a standard non-sand head with that hairdo that he had, just like in the comic. And then there's this crazy head being formed out of the sand, or if he took a punch in the face, he looks like he's in a little bit of anguish, no pupil in his eye. Man, that's one crazy head. I'll bring him in here and we'll just pop it on. That ball joint looks rather large, but we'll see if it'll slip in. Ah, there it is. Oh, Sandman's big. Jeez, oh Pete's. Don't even fit on the camera anymore. Now his arms are so heavy. It's going to be a fun little balancing act to pull off him. But he's got strong knee joints, which is really good. Come on, just stand up for me here. Everybody get a good look at you. There he is. Yeah, the Sandman's a great figure. And which leaves us to one more left. And of course, he's a figure a lot of people have been wanting for a while now. In Suit Spider-Man, he came out all twisted up. Straighten his legs a little bit. Oh. He's pretty skinny. Again, he's on that ultra skinny body mold. At least his feet are straight. Looks like it could be just a repainted Iron Fist with a different head on, but I guess he was kind of thin at that time. A little bit of sloppy paintwork back there. But he's got the little bit of white on his hands, which represented where his webbing came out of. A little smudging on the head. It would have been nicer if that would have been all clean, but he's a pretty simple figure. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you always loved the black suited Spider-Man. And he comes with an extra pair of hands, which are the kind of open wall crawling hands. And you should be able just to pop his wrist out, like so, and then pop one of these back on. Fits in really nice. Again, all the same articulation, except for he... Yep, he has the butterfly rotation, which gives him... This one is stuck on the inside. A lot more movement. There it comes. Wow, that one's way in there. It almost looks like they put it on backwards. Yep, maybe. This one comes way out here. This one is out on the back. Is that right? Definitely looks like they put it on backwards, or I've got two rights instead of a left and a right. Well, that's a bummer. Still kind of functions though, but not quite as good. And then he comes with the accessory of a kind of mace and a hammer to go with the Sandman figure. Stand back there, Spidey. So let's see, maybe I want to take the hand off. Oh, they pop out really easy. Stick the mace on. Now he's ready to bash somebody down. Yep, I really like the Sandman figure. I hope everybody out there can find it that really want it. I think he's definitely worth it. He's got to be one of the better Build-A-Figures we've had so far. I mean, obviously, size-wise, yep, he fits right in there with the Absorbing Man. Ooh, he's pretty much the same parts as... It's crazy what you can do with a couple of the similar molds. Go from him to him. Sandman's definitely a lot of fun. You see, maybe that's why they made his legs that way, so he could hold himself up on an angle a little bit. Well, I think I'll leave it there. I'm gonna definitely say if you're only picking up individual figures, the Green Goblin is a lot of fun. I like the way he looks. On this whole wave, Jackal's probably my favorite. I'd probably go with the Green Goblin. Stand up or do the splits. Okay, Sandman. Just lay down. Shocker, for pure nostalgia, would be my number 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd go with Miss Marvel. 5. Probably Spider-Man 2099 because I really like that design. 6, the Symbiote Spider-Man, and last but not least would be UK Spider-Man, just because he's neat, but he's just not It's just not quite special. But yeah, definitely Jackal is my favorite out of this whole wave. Well, with the exception, I guess my favorite probably figure of the whole thing is the Sandman. But out of the wave, I go with Jackal Man. Let me know if you agree. I mean, where would you rank these figures at if you had to rank them all? And have you been able to find this wave in your local stores or not? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this at all, hit that like button. And as always, subscribe for more. And I'll see you around.
Hi, I just want to say thank you one more time for checking out this video. And if you're interested in seeing any more, you can click either one of the links that'll be over here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, there'll be a button down below where you can do that as well. And again, thank you.